What is this module all about? Okay, the last module was all about you. So now we're going to move on and talk about women. But before we get started, I want to share a joke with you. Okay, so a young man is walking along one of Southern California's sandy beaches with his surfboard. He suddenly spots a bottle that has recently washed up on the beach. It's obvious it's been tossed around for a long time. Okay, he picks up the bottle and notices that it still has a cork intact. So being curious as to what may be inside, he manages to get the cork out, and out pops a genie. After expressing profound appreciation for having been let out of the bottle, the genie grants the benefactor the classic one wish and it will be yours. Being an avid surfer, it doesn't take the man long to say, I've always wanted to surf in Hawaii, but I get seasick on ships and I'm afraid to fly. Would you build me a bridge to Hawaii? The genie replies, do you know what you're asking for? Do you know how long the bridge would have to be? Think of the enormous challenges of that kind of undertaking. The support required to reach the bottom of the Pacific, the concrete and steel it would take, it will nearly exhaust several natural resources and the maintenance of that bridge. No, you got to think of another wish and try to think of a really good wish. And finally, he said, I've been married and divorced 4 times. My wife's always said that I don't care and that I'm insensitive. So I wish that I could understand women, know how they feel inside and what they're thinking when they give me the silent treatment, know what they're crying about, know what they really want when they say nothing, know how to make them truly happy. I really want to understand women and how they think. After a long sigh, the genie responds, what do you like that bridge with 2 lanes or 4? So as you can see, understanding women is not the easiest thing in the world, but it's not impossible either, even though that genie seems to think so. And lots of other men seem to think so. Even I laugh when I hear this joke because I know just how damn complicated we women really are, not only to men, but also to ourselves. Do you know how many times I hear women say, oh my God, I can't believe I just did that. Or I have no idea what I was thinking when I said that to him. I hear it so often. The reason why it's so hard for you to understand us is simply because you are a man. You're different from us. We use our brains differently. We see colors differently and express emotions differently. These are just a few of the vast differences between men and women. But you see where I'm going with this? We're different. The reason you don't understand us is because you are not a woman. I believe that if you ever want to do anything with women, examples, date, sex, friendship, marriage, etc., you have to have a better understanding of how they work, what they want, and what turns them on, which is where I come in. And now that you have a better understanding of who you are at your core, it's now time to understand women as you invite them into your fantastic life. I want you to think of your relationship to women in the same way as a brain surgeon has to learn about the brain before he's cleared to operate on one. You won't go anywhere near a brain with a scalpel before going to medical school, and you can't even operate on someone before passing your medical exam and knowing everything there is to know about first being a surgeon and the brain you're about to work on. In the same breath, I'm sure you would never let just anybody cut open your head to operate on your brain. And you certainly wouldn't allow anyone to operate on your dear, sweet brain without them knowing for sure how the brain responds, reacts, and works. Am I right? You'd never allow a mechanic, a plumber, or your Lego genius brother to perform brain surgery on you because as skilled as they are in their line of work, they don't understand your brain. So in the same way that a brain surgeon needs to know about a brain inside and out, in order to work with it and make it better than ever, you need to know all about how women work to make your relationship with them even better than ever. Whether it's for sex, fun, dating, whatever. That's why understanding women is the second variable in the Girl Code, because a man who understands women has a huge advantage over the men that don't. Now that you have a better understanding of yourself, how to be a brain surgeon, now it's time to move on to understanding women, the brain.